Good morning. My name is Pluria Marshall Jr. I am the chair of the National Newspaper Publishers Association Fund. I am pleased to welcome you to our virtual annual observance of Black Press Week. This year in particular marks a very significant milestone for the Black press of America. Yesterday, March 16, 2022, was the 195th anniversary of the publication of the first African-American owned newspaper in the United States. Freedom's Journal began publishing in New York City on March 16, 1827. John Brown Russwurm and Samuel Cornish were the publishers of Freedom's Journal, who declared that it was time for Black America to plead our own cause. Today, the Black press still is pleading its own cause, in print, in digital, and social media. It is also our tradition during Black Press Week to pause solemnly to acknowledge the enshrinement of one of our publishers who has made significant contributions to excellence in journalism and for representing the best of advocating for the development and future sustainability of the Black press. Today we pay tribute and honor William Bill Garth Sr., former publisher of the Chicago Citizen newspaper group. We are enshrining William Garth Sr. into the Black Press Archive Gallery of Distinguished Black Publishers that is housed at Howard University's historic Moreland Spingarn Research Center in Washington, D.C.
I'm Denise Rollard Barnes, publisher of the Washington Informer and secretary of the National Newspaper Publishers Association Fund. 194 years ago, on March 16, 1827, the first Black-owned newspaper, Freedom's Journal, was published in the United States of America. Today, as we've done for decades, we honor Freedom's Journal and its publishers, John B. Russwurm and Samuel E. Cornish. The first edition of their newspaper hangs in the Publishers Gallery at the Moreland Spingarn Research Center at Howard University in Washington, D.C. Because of their mission and vision for Black Americans to speak for ourselves and to state our own cause, the National Newspaper Publishers Association and the NNPA Fund proclaimed this week as Black Press Week. We take time each year to recognize and honor the many Black men and women who followed in their footsteps by establishing newspapers all across this country. And today, we are over 200 plus strong weekly newspapers and digital publications serving millions of Black readers all across the United States. But first, we'll pause to hear from members of the Morgan Spingarn Research Center at Howard University.
Hello, my name is Leela Sewell-Williams, and I'm the new curator of manuscripts at Moreland Spingarn Research Center. I'm so excited to be here and very happy to help steward the Black Press Archives, inclusive of the records of the National Newspaper Publishers Association. This collection also includes 170 newspapers that are deposited in our repository. The collections also include manuscript papers of Art Carter, P.L. Prattis, and Ethel Payne, to mention a few. The preservation of the history of African American press is something that's close to my heart, as I am the daughter of a African American magazine publisher who was actually mentored by P.L. Prattis during his time at the Pittsburgh Courier. Since 1914, Moreland Spingarn has continued in its mission to preserve the African American experience. I'm excited to be here, and I look forward to working with you.
Hello, my name is Lopez Matthews Jr., and I am the Digital Production Librarian for the Moreland Spingarn Research Center. Under a new initiative meant to improve efficiency and make better use of technology, Moreland began asking NNPA newspapers to start submitting their issues to us electronically. All digital files will be maintained in-house and managed via our long-term digital preservation policy. Thank you to the following newspapers for participating in our new submission process. If you would like to participate in our new submission process, please contact me via email at lopez.matthews@howard.edu so that I can share our online submission form with you. Thank you again for entrusting us with your records, and have a happy Black Press Week.
On behalf of the National Newspaper Publishers Association Fund, we pause in sacred remembrance and tribute to the life, legacy, and memory of publisher William Bill Garth Sr., former publisher of the Chicago Citizen newspaper group. Join us now as we view the following video tribute to NNPA publisher William Bill Garth Sr.
Mr. William Garth Sr. was a philanthropist, community leader, activist, political influencer, and a true freedom fighter. William Garth Sr., who passed away in 2016, was a late publisher and CEO of the Chicago Citizen newspaper group Garth Co. Inc. and founder chairman of the QBG Foundation. Garth was the guiding force behind one of the largest Black-owned chain of weekly newspapers. Garth started with a Citizen newspaper in 1969 as an advertising sales representative under the leadership of the former and late Congressman Gus Savage. Bill purchased the Chatham Citizen, South End Citizen, and the Chicago Weekend in 1980. Garth would later add the South Suburban and the Hyde Park editions to the chain. Garth, an expert in the newspaper industry, later expanded the enterprise to include a bi-monthly magazine. He founded Garth Co. Publications, which published Push Magazine, a national publication. In 1995, Garth founded the QBG Foundation in memory of his youngest son, Quintus B. Garth, of which he was chairman. The QBG Foundation provided scholarships to the disenfranchised inner-city youth in the Chicagoland area. QBG Foundation helped over 49 students and dispersed over $1 million in scholarship awards. In 1996, Garth became the first Black person to be elected president of the Illinois Press Association. The IPA is the state's largest newspaper association and the office trade organization for Illinois' weekly and daily newspapers. Garth is the second Black person in the nation elected president of a statewide press association. He sat on the Board of Government Affairs Committee of the Illinois Press Association and served as a board member for more than 15 years. In December 1998, Garth was appointed to Illinois Governor-elect George Ryan's transition team and was later appointed to the Board of Directors for the Illinois inauguration 1998. In 2002, Garth received the honors of carrying the U.S. Olympic torch as it traveled through the city of Chicago en route to the Tokyo Games. In 2009, Garth was elected a stockholder in the Cook County South Suburban Publishers Association. He became chairman of the Cook County Publishers Association for 2010. Although he resigned from the position, his business savvy and knowledge in the publishing industry allowed him to continue blazing trails in the newspaper industry. He would later serve as chairman of the Midwest Black Publishers Association. Garth was a dedicated activist and leader in the Chicago business community. Garth maintained memberships and positions with several business organizations throughout his life. Garth was chairman of the Chatham Business Association, former president of Midwest Region 3 of the National Newspaper Publishers Association, Region 3 advertising representative with the NNPA, transition team member for IDOT, the Dan Ryan Project, a board member of the Rainbow Push Coalition, a lifetime member of the NAACP, and a member of the Chatham Lions Club. Garth has been the recipient of numerous local and national awards and honors. The Garth legacy lives on through those he touched during his journey.
We thank the family of William Garth Sr. and the Chicago Citizen newspaper group for helping us to salute and to enshrine William Bill Garth Sr. Thank you for your support of the NNPA Fund.